Postseason baseball on the show is in full swing. It's Game 3 of the AL Championship Series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. With me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, lots to talk about here as we get ready for Game 3.
And when you start the series on the road, obviously, you'd love to win 2 games. But coming out of there with no worse than a split is what you're really kind of hoping to accomplish. So now, they come home, they've taken back home field advantage, and they can feed on this crowd, hopefully, to give them a big leg up in this series.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
Now taking the field, welcome your 2015 Kansas City Royals.
Quickly now, we'll look at the 2 guys who'll get the ball here in Game 3. More from the guys as this one goes along. But first, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Houston Astros, as manager Bo Porter reminds his guys like this. And there you get a look at the starting pitcher, whose job it'll be to keep these guys in check. His number is right there on the right side of your screen. And the Royals defensively will look like this behind him. Jose Altuve makes his way to the plate now as we're just about set for baseball this evening. Underway this evening as the first pitch is taken for strike 1 as we get started right on time at 7:05 p.m.
It's so important with guys like this to get ahead with strike 1. Put them behind in the count and on their back foot right away.
Oh, they'd look to catch him flush down near the foot or the ankle. And now, fortunately, they will get an out here. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg. And that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Dexter Fowler will take his first cuts of the ball game here. Here's the first pitch. This is hit on the ground, but foul. Now the pitch. A late swing here as this is hit hard to the right side. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Here it comes. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
He'd obviously love a 1-2-3 here to start the first, and after a ground out and a strikeout, he's 2/3 of the way there.
Number 30 We'll dig in now, and he's picked the wrong time of year for his bat to go silent.
Yeah, just one hit in the series so far for him, and they're going to have to get more out of his bat. But he's got to make sure he doesn't press up there, or that average is going to continue to go south.
Now here's the first pitch. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
And the pitch. Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. And now the Royals get their first shot in a scoreless ball game. Now the starting lineup for Kansas City, as put together by manager Ned Yost, looks like this. Alonso Abreu gets the ball to face them, and I think the one key will be how aggressive he is on the mound. He's got to get the ball and go right after hitters because he can get into trouble when he nitpicks and falls behind. And behind him, here's how the Astros will line it up on defense. Here now is Nori Aoki to start things out in the home half of inning number 1.
Leading off for the Royals, right fielder, Nori Aoki.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
The pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. Now here it comes. Low and away with that one. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Here comes a 1-2. Hit hard but foul to the left, and they'll try it again. Here's another 1-2. And this is hit well towards the hole. It's flagged down deep in the hole. And the catch is made, 1 away.
Yeah, and he had to range deep for this one. And you've also got to worry about that ball hitting the lip of the outfield grass. So you got to hang with it just like he did. And he made a nice play.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. As he will swing and miss on a fastball on the outer half, it's strike 1.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
And that misses, 1-1.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
One out, nobody on. Here's the 1-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Catch made there by Altuve, and there are 2 gone now. And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at what's happening in the National League Championship Series, as they've got a good one brewing over there as well. Billy Butler will get his first cuts now, and he'll do so with the bases empty and 2 away here in the first. First pitch on the way. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. You'd have to say, so far, so good here for the rookie.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting ahead. He's mixing his pitches. You'd like to put up a 0 to get that first inning out of the way, and he's close to making that happen.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. And this is something we've seen a lot from him recently. He's worked his way into another good hitter's count.
Yeah, it's not unrelated either. When you're going good at the plate, usually means you're being selective and you're not getting yourself out. And when that happens, you'll find yourself in these kind of counts.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2-2. Late on the fastball there as this one skied out toward right. And Martinez will make the catch to retire the side. Second inning upcoming here in KC with no score. Gary Cox leads things off now in the top half of the second.
Left fielder, Gary Cox.
Here's the first offering. Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball 1.
Yeah, that's a good spot to miss against a guy like this. He loves that pitch up in the zone. Most power hitters do, so that's not a bad idea to give him one above the letters.
2-0 now.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
Now the 2-0 home. Here's a ground ball to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and the leadoff man set down to start the second.
Boy, and on 2-0, if that pitch isn't right where you want it, you got to let it go. You still have the count in your favor at 2-1. Here he goes after a pitch that, although it was a strike, that's a pitcher's strike. That's not the pitch you want to hit. And all he can do is hit an easy grounder.
Here's Chris Carter now. As he's swinging first pitch and sends a line drive out to left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
I'll tell you what, if you hit a ball that the shortstop jumps for and then it winds up going all the way to the wall, you know you've smoked that thing. This is a rocket, and it's going to zip right through the alley and allow him to get into second base easily.
Here's the third baseman, Matt Dominguez, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He may not throw a ton of changeups here tonight, but he's got a good one when he needs it.
And I think he will need it because this is a good fastball hitting team. Most teams are, so the more you can keep these guys guessing off balance, the better.
Swinging a ball chop foul down the left side. Waits, now the pitch. Way outside. 1-2.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking there. You've got to put this ball in play.
Here comes the 1-2. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2.
Well, if he's missing right here, he ain't missing by much. Not getting too many favors behind the plate.
Two pitch on the way. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
You can just sense him starting to tense up out there on the mound. They had him down 0-2, and now he's struggling to make the perfect pitch, and it's not happening.
Full count pitch on its way. Now a changeup hit on the ground to shortstop. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Batting 7, catcher.
Jason Castro will get his shot now. Great power numbers during the regular season. Still searching for that first home run in the postseason, however.
And these guys really need him to start producing because it seems like pitchers have the upper hand in the postseason. You're always facing the other team's best. And they've pretty well neutralized him all October long.
Don't let him score!
He's set, now the pitch. Curveball taken outside to begin the at-bat, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. 1-1 on the way. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Ready with the 2-1. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. No score here as we play inning number 2. Sets the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Ready with another 2-2. Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2.
Now, he does have first base open, so he doesn't have to come in right here. He can try to make that perfect pitch, and you know what? If he misses, who cares?
3-2, here it is. Line hard to center field. Kane will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Astros leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Eric Hosmer will start things off in the bottom of the second.
First baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Here's the first offering. And a slurve, but this is in the dirt for a ball.
Yeah, those are the ones you like to start in that bat, especially your first time up.
I agree. Give me a nice, easy one in the dirt that I can take so I can really get ahead in that count early.
And this ball's hit sharply toward the first base coaching box. It's a foul ball. The 1-1. Fastball called strike. 1-2.
I think he had to take that one because I'm not even sure he saw it.
Now the 1-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
And we should take a look at this again on Show Track. This is one of those at-bats he's not going to want to watch again because that ball's a foot outside. Not what he wants to be doing up there.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. The next pitch. And 2-0 as this one's taken low. Two-0 count, the pitch. Outside, 3-0 now.
Definitely looking fastball there, and you know, he got one, but good recognition not to go up and chase it.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Now the 3-0 offering. And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
And now a pitch on the way. Swing and a ball hit foul as this will find the seats in right. the 3-2 pitch. Now a swing and a ball foul tip straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out.
Wow, quite a turn of events here. He goes from in the driver's seat 3-0 to falling victim to the strikeout. And in hindsight, you go back to that 3-0 pitch, and I got to believe he wishes he was swinging.
Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1.
Wow, he is spotting that fastball on a dime here early on.
Here's the pitch. Now the 0-1 is swung on and lifted out to straightaway center field. Fowler is in his tracks now, and he will put it away to retire the side. KC down in order. We'll move to the third with no score. J.D. Martinez ready to go here as we begin the third.
J.D. Martinez.
First pitch coming. In there, no balls and a strike. Now the pitch. Strike two on the curveball. 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in their knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count. 0-2.
Here it comes. And he takes strikes three called on the fastball. One gone.
Well, anytime you're leading off an inning, it's true, you don't want to just go up there blindly swinging at anything close to the zone. But you also want to at least take the pad off your shoulder. I mean, he phoned this one in.
In now, Jonathan Villar. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. The 1-0. Oh, he shoots this one on into center field for a base hit.
And let's face it, if you're a finesse guy out there on the mound like he is, and you're going right after guys like he's been doing so far, you're going to give up some hits. You just got to hope that they don't string a few of them together.
Jose Altuve will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game. First pitch to him. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1.
And here, you've got good speed on base and at the plate. So, on a ground ball, it's not a foregone conclusion you're going to get an out anywhere.
Third inning, no score to this point. Pause, now the pitch. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Ready now on 1-1. And here's a fastball, not close as he runs it to 2-1 now.
Whoa, that one definitely took off on him right there. He's lucky that thing didn't go all the way to the backstop.
Come on, guys. Turn two.
2-1. Now a ball lined towards center field. And that'll get down for a base hit.
And these guys know that if you're going to get to a pitcher like this, you got to get to him early. Well, once he settles in, he can be really tough. But they've got 2 on against him now and only 1 out.
Dexter Fowler will dig in here. Took a called third strike his first time.
Come on, let's hold 'em.
First pitch coming. Fastball too high to start him out here. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means 2 men are in scoring position now with 2 away.
Yeah, sort of a protective swing there as he got on top of this baseball. But the net result is that at least he's able to move these other runners up 90 feet, albeit now with 2 outs.
Number 30 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Don't let him score.
First pitch coming. And this is on the outside corner for strike 1. He's set. Now the pitch. And this one will be foul back in among the fans. From the stretch. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the 3rd strike, and the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. We'll have more of Game 3 after this message. Omar Infante will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home 3rd.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
First offering on the way. And a fastball runs in a bit too close for comfort that time.
I don't think there's any intent with that. That might be just to let him know that he's out there.
The 1-0 home. Fastball, and that thing's a blur up there, folks. 1-1.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
Now here's the pitch. Fouled back. Here's the 1-2. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2.
That's 3 straight pitches, all over 100 miles an hour. If he throws a changeup for a strike here, that guy's got no chance.
Here he comes on 2-2. And this is going to be a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Here it comes now to Infante. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Well, let's get you a shot at this reaction at the plate in show motion. You think he agreed with the call? I don't think he did.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. So 1-1. And that misses. 2-1. A 2-1 offering. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball, 2-2.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing.
And the pitch. Full count, 3-2. On deck, Mike Moustakas. Bases are empty, one man out. Here's the full count offering. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Now the 3-2 pitch. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No, a little too much hook on it there. It's a foul ball. The 3-2 one more time. And no offer there from Kane, and he's aboard. It's ball 4.
Still no hits on the ledger, but at least they get themselves a base runner here. And that's a step in the right direction.
Mike Moustakas will get his first shot here with the runner at first now and one away. Here's the first pitch. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And he got him at second on a perfect throw.
If you're not an absolute speed merchant on the bases, if the pitcher slide steps, he's got a much better chance of throwing you out. The defense sniffed it out right there. The slide step worked. Great throw to second base, and he's gone.
Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. And this will be fouled away. Now here's the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. The next 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. The pitch. Lays off 2-2 now.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
The 2-2. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. Royals bats are quiet there. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Gary Cox will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th.
Gary Cox.
Here's the first pitch to him. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
Fastball at 88 that time. A ball and a strike.
Well, as we've seen so far, this isn't a team that's going to wait around too long to feel a pitcher out. They're an aggressive team all the way from top to bottom. And if that first pitch is anywhere close, most of these guys are going to take a hack at it.
Infante now at second. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the 4th. And so after getting the ground ball with the fastball on that last pitch, that'll segue perfectly to our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And folks, that is not a misprint. He's been clocked at over 100 miles an hour so far. My goodness. Chris Carter will stand in here. He doubled his first time around. Now the first pitch. Ball 1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Now the 1-0. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. 1-1 pitch on the way. And this is fouled back and out of play. One, two. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here comes a 2-2. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now. And he's also taking some chances with location, but he's thinking he's bulletproof out there, and so far he has been.
Matt Dominguez will stand in. He grounded out his first time. Now here's the first pitch. Starts him out with a curveball for a strike. And now a pitch on the way. And this is going to be a foul ball. Now the pitch. Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
There's the lefty's offering on 1-2. Now a ball hit high in the air, deep down the line in left, hooking just a little, and he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Nori Aoki will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt to first pitch. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
That's such a good pitch to get ahead. Lefty on lefty. It's a big looping curveball. Makes it very difficult for the hitter to try and time what's coming next.
And a breaking ball down and in here as he's got to hop out of the way there.
And even on 0-2, you don't want guys to get into a comfort level up there.
The 1-2. And that's taken outside for a ball, so he's worked it back to 2-2 now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. But this will land foul shy of the wall. Here's the 2-2 offering. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Here's the payoff pitch. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. Throw to first is in time for the first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there to readjust to that curveball. I don't know if he was sitting on it or what, but he certainly hit it hard. Unfortunately for him, right at someone.
Alcides Escobar will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. Now here's the first pitch. And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike 1. Here's the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Got him to swing on top of that one as this ball's dribbled out in front of the mound. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Wow, showing some sweet athleticism right there, getting off the mound. This is not an easy play, but he gets to it quickly, and then he makes a good, strong throw for the out.
Here's the DH, Billy Butler. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Here it comes. Down and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and when your team still doesn't have a hit, you appreciate a call like that once in a while.
No runs, no hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. Here it comes, 2-1. Oh, not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Here he comes, 3-1. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Got him. Couldn't connect on the slurve that time, and that'll end it. Royals go down 1-2-3 through 4. Still tied, 0-0. Jason Castro will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront, and this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
First pitch on the way. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. That's 1-0. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, and maybe your offense can go from there.
The 1-1 home. There, this one's for Moustakas at third. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
J.D. Martinez will get another shot. Called out on strikes his first time around. Here's the first offering. And a cut fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
No runs, 3 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now a check swing here and a little looper. And this is handled easily, so quickly 2 are gone here to start the 5th.
Wow, he's using that fastball to devastating effect out there now. He gets another out here. That's 7 in a row now he's set down.
Jonathan Villar will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Here's the first offering. Lays off 1-0.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
The 1-0. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now. And with 2 away here, this is not the time to lose the strike zone.
Especially not to a number 9 hitter. The last thing you want to do is turn this lineup over and give these guys a shot to make something out of this inning after all.
3-0 now. You figure he's taken now on the 3-ball count?
Maybe even taken 2.
Here comes the 3-0. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
And I may not know a whole lot about pitching, but what I do know is this is not the guy you want to be putting on base with a walk. That definitely puts the stolen base in order now with 2 away.
So we're runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning. And striding in, the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. First pitch coming. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Well, not really how you want to start the next guy after a walk. That pitch isn't even close.
1-0 on the way. Runner goes for second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Astros are down quietly. Halfway home, still no score. Back with Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. Matt Vasgersian here as Eric Hosmer gets ready to start things out for Kansas City. First pitch to him. First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch now. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
After the strikeout his first time around, I think he was able to use that first at-bat as a learning experience. Those have both been real good takes.
2-0 on the way. Might have been ball 3 there, but he couldn't resist trying to pull that thing.
And that had all the looks of a guy who was going to take a giant hack. 2-0, no matter where that pitch was. EK, I know you never did that.
Not me. Maybe once or twice.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Due up next is Salvador Perez. The 3-1 now to Hosmer. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Well, they still don't have any hits, but at least they've got themselves a leadoff walk. And the way things are going, I think they'll happily take that.
Salvador Perez will try it again. Set down on strikes his first time. First pitch coming. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
1-0 on the way. Ball 2.
This is a good approach when you're facing a pitcher you're not too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got.
The 2-0 on the way. He's running towards second. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. Here comes the 2-1. They'll try it again from first. It's swung on and missed the throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal.
Well, and any designs they might have had about doing a lot of running tonight may need to be 86 right now because it's just not happening for him out there.
1 out, nobody on. The 2-2 coming. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
You can do it.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
And you can see the pitching coach heading for the mound, and this is nothing more than just trying to reassure your guy and give him a chance to compose himself. He's been great so far, so there's no reason to think that he can't work out of this.
Alex Gordon will try it again. He flew out his first time. Now the first pitch. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And after a walk, I think there's a little anger behind that fastball.
From the belt, kicks and deals. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And with 2 walks in the inning already, he can't afford to fall behind anybody else if he wants to stay in the game.
Now the 1-1. Runners on the move for second. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And he overshoots him into center field.
We've already seen the ball's not really traveling all that well here tonight, so both these managers might start thinking, we got to shake it up a little here offensively. So they turn him loose here, and he's into scoring position with the stolen base.
Here comes a 1-2. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball 2. Here now the 2-2. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. One out and a runner on second base. 3-2, here it comes. Now a swing, and he popped him up. And no ordinary pop-up at that. This is way up there. And this will land foul. Now the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw on to first, and Gordon is retired here for the second out.
These days in this game, we talk so much about situational hitting. Hit behind the runners, move guys up. But with 1 out, you got to try to drive that guy in. That was a really unproductive out, even though the guy moves to third.
Omar Infante will dig in here. Took a called third strike his first time. First offering on the way. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
No score at this point, but a 2-out hit could get a runner in from third. Here's the 1-0. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. Here comes the 1-1. Oh, good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Here it comes now to Infante. Now he drops a changeup on him. Strike three called, and a great pitch there to retire the side. A couple of walks, but no damage. Back with more from Game 3 after this. Jose Altuve will lead things off here for Houston as they look to get things started in this sixth inning.
Jose Altuve.
First pitch coming. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Now here it comes. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two.
Well, it's just game one of this series, but you almost have to wonder if they forgot to pack their offense when they got on the plane. It's been nowhere to be found so far.
Now here's the pitch. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The 0-2 once more. A ball and two strikes now to the 2014 All-Star. Now here's the pitch. Swing, hard hit ball to second. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Dexter Fowler will dig in for the third time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first two trips. And here's the first pitch. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Bases are empty, one man out. Here's the 1-0. And this one's over for a high strike, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. A late swing here as this is hit hard to the right side. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. One out, nobody on. Here's the 2-2 home. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Another try at 2-2. That swung on and lifted down the left field line. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. Heading for second now is Fowler. And he'll pull in there with a one-out double.
Pretty fortunate he was able to keep this ball fair. This is pretty close down the line. You see it winding up, one hopping the wall down there, and that allows him to cruise into second with two bases.
Number 30 will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Action in that KC pen now as a right-hander's begun to loosen up. Now the first pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. Runner at second here with one man out. Comes set. Now the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Sticking with the soft stuff here as this misses. It's 2-1.
Oh, with every pitch it misses, he just keeps digging himself a deeper and deeper hole.
Now the 2-1. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Comes set. Now the pitch. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. Gary Cox waits on deck. full count offering on its way. Now a ball hit hard towards the hole. And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Now batting, left fielder, Gary Cox.
Gary Cox will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far. And he'll take first here on the intentional walk, so make it runners at the corners now with 2 away.
Now batting, designated hitter, Chris Carter.
Chris Carter will step in now and see what he can do with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th. Runners leap from first and third. Here's the pitch. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Has a look, now the pitch. Ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 on the way. Called strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now.
Oh, and you know what? That might be the best curveball we've seen all night out of him, and he picked a good time to throw it.
Here comes the 1-2. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 2 left for the Astros. Still no score. Lorenzo Cain will be the batter as we get things going in the bottom of the 6th.
Lorenzo Cain.
Here's the first pitch to him. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1.
If he's had any postseason jitters, he hasn't shown them to me.
No, he's been outstanding so far.
Pitch on the way. Fouled back. And now a pitch on the way. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Yeah, not a real good job of pitch recognition there. I mean, this ball was going to be in on his hands to begin with. I don't know quite what he saw that made him want to swing at that thing, but it just completely locked him up there.
The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Here's a 1-0. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike. Ready now on 1-1. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
2-2. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
And there you see the leadoff man on deck, and you know they'd love to get someone on base when this lineup turns over.
3-2 pitch. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Now batting, right fielder,
Nori Aoki will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game. Now the Astros have somebody up in the bullpen as a right-hander has started to warm up out there. And he gets ahead 0-1.
Boy, it's one thing for a reliever to come in out of the pen and throw 100 miles an hour for 15 pitches or so. but he's right up there around the century mark now, and he's still throwing hard.
He's ready. Now the pitch. Goodness. 0-2 now.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
From the belt, the pitch. And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
And into his 6th inning of work now. Let's take a look at the breakdown for him so far.
Alcides Escobar will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far. Now here's the first pitch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
A runner on first with 2 away. He waits. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 on its way to Escobar. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Now the 1-2. And now this is swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Royals leave 1, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Back here at Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City. On to the 7th now in Game 3, but before it gets underway, we take a look at our game summary through the first 6. Matt Dominguez will come forward now to begin the 7th inning in what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get 2 starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and very even game through 6 innings.
And now that Royals bullpen will get busy as we see both the southpaw and a right-hander get loose. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. The pitch. And he squares this one nicely, and it's lined into center field for a leadoff single.
And when your guy hasn't given up any hits, there's definitely a pressure to at least get a run on the scoreboard, and that's a good first step there.
Jason Castro will step in. He's lined out and grounded out in 2 trips. First pitch on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
From the stretch. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful there after that leadoff single. You don't want to hit a guy here and really let him get something started.
So 1-1. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
Well, he almost hit him on the last pitch, and he's showing he doesn't care. He's coming right back inside.
Let's go Royals!
Here's the 2-1 pitch. And this is hit sharply on the ground toward the hole. And Castro's got himself a base hit. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now with still nobody out.
Yeah, back-to-back singles here to start the inning, and that probably warrants a look at his line to this point. The numbers haven't been too bad all told, but he's got a situation unfolding right here that could cause those numbers to change in a hurry.
Now here comes Kansas City manager Ned Yost making that slow walk to the mound. And a change is in the offing, and that's going to do it for Jason Vargas. So he'll leave with a couple of runners aboard that are his responsibility, meaning he'd be happy to get out of here with a no decision. Aaron Crow will come on now in an awfully tough spot as there are 2 on here with nobody out. J.D. Martinez will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here. Now here's the first pitch. Gets this one down. And he'll make it up to third here thanks to the throwing miscue, and we'll see how they want to score this play. And on the error, a run is going to score.
Well, this has been a tight back and forth game, so you'd hate to have it decided on a play like this, but you picked the wrong time to make a mistake of this magnitude, and that lets the go-ahead run come in to score.
Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. Stepping in now, Jonathan Villar. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0.
And in a National League game, this might be a spot to put one down, but I sort of doubt we'll see that here.
The 1-0 pitch. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Eric, what are you looking for here?
It's a fastball count, but he doesn't always play by the rules out there, so this could very well be a slider or something away. So in other words, I have no idea.
Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0. The alarm bells are ringing now.
They're getting louder and louder, too.
First and second here with nobody out. .30 is on the way. And he'll just lay this one in there. 3-1.
Yeah, he needed that one to avoid loading the bases, but still a long road back for him.
Now the 3-1 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And he will get there to make the running catch as that ball hung up just a little bit too long.
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Jose Altuve will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. Here's the first offering. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over. And he's able to jump ahead.
He's set. Now the pitch. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle. Escobar. On to Hosmer. A double play, and the inning is over. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We'll have more of Game 3 after this message. Billy Butler will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Billy Butler.
Now some action out in the Houston bullpen as it appears both a lefty and a right-hander are up to throw. Taken the other way, but this should be routine out there in right field. Therefore, it is Martinez, and that's the first out.
And for you at home, all I'm going to do is direct your attention to the hits column right there. It is what it is here in the 7th inning.
Eric Hosmer will stand in. Base on balls his last time. And the pitch. In there, and it's 0-1.
You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout, and that's going to land foul. Now here it comes. And this is fouled back and out of play. Now another 0-2. And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2.
And even though he's pitching well, this is a part of the order that he's really got to worry about. They can turn a good outing into a bad one pretty darn quickly.
Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2. Here he comes again, 1-2. Swing, and I believe this one is going to find the seats as well. It does, so quite a battle here as it remains 1-2. Got him. So that's the second out of the inning, and he's 7 outs away now.
And this is where the scouting report really pays off. I mean, sometimes you just got to go looking for a soft spot in the guy's zone, and they found one there.
Salvador Perez will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Here's the first offering. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
We've talked about all the strikeouts. The only side effect is right there, though. He's run up a pretty high pitch count now.
Here it comes. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Now here's the pitch. And this is popped up near second base. And Altuve will put the squeeze on this one, and that ends the inning. Dexter Fowler will be the one to lead it off when we come back. It's the Astros 1 and the Royals nothing. And there is Dexter Fowler. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Dexter Fowler.
First pitch coming. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Pitch on the way. Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
And now pitch on the way. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. The right-hander deals on 1-2. And look out as this bat shatters on impact. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out. A look here at our starter comparison. And again, I don't want to be called the jinx, but the number to watch is in that hit column on the left side of your screen. A big 0. Number 30 will try again. 0 for 3 with a strikeout thus far. First pitch to him. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 now.
Two really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
Now the 2-0. 3-0 now.
He knows the drill out there. Gotta make him swing the bat. Not to giving up walks at this stage of the game, because those could be fatal.
The 3-0. And no doubt about this one, it's in there, 3-1.
Not often you'll see a 3-0 slider, but when you need a strike, any pitch will do.
One out, nobody on. 3-1 on the way. Oh, he got under the 3-1 a bit as this is in the air out to right. Aoki is there, 2 down. So with 1 gone here in the top of the 8th, even the home fans are starting to sense that we could be on the verge of witnessing history as we get a look at our line score here, and you see the big number. No hits for the home team through 7. Gary Cox will stand in 0 for 2 in the ball game so far.
Oh, yeah.
First pitch coming. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. Throwing a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Here's the pitch. That backdoor slider catches the corner, or close enough at least. 0-2.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're gonna beat me, you're gonna have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's gonna give this guy anything he can pull.
The pitch. Swing and a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. Another 0-2 coming. Now a swing and a sharp ground ball to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Astros, but they lead it 1-0. Alex Gordon will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8.
Left fielder, Alex Gordon.
First offering on the way. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98. 0-1.
Yeah, and that fastball still got some life to it, even over 100 pitches.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Out in front as he pulls this one down the line at first. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
And just another outstanding pitch right there. And it's not easy to do with so much on the line here in the 8th inning. But he's now down to his final 5 outs.
Omar Infante will dig in. Took a cold third strike his last time.
Let's go, Royal.
First pitch coming. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1.
Yeah, he's still got that good movement on the 2-seamer. He's been throwing it well all night long.
Here it comes now to Infante. And there's the slur, but it misses 1-1.
And that pitch is just a little bit easier to lay off when you're opposite-handed up there, because you can see the sweep of that pitch coming all the way in.
One pitch on the way. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. Bases are empty, 1 man out. So 1-2 with 1 away. Now trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I know the adrenaline can get to you sometimes, but when you start overthrowing your fastball like that, that's a bit of a red flag.
And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit well out toward left field. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out.
Well, a huge out number 2 here in the 8th. 4 big outs remain, but the finish line, it's starting to come into sight.
Lorenzo Cain will get another shot. Struck out swinging his last time. And here's the first pitch. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1.
And this isn't the first guy that's been frozen by that pitch tonight. He's had a lot of guys shaking their heads so far.
Now here it comes. And he misses with it. 1-1. One thing you can say with certainty, he's really tried to take some ownage on that inside part of the plate.
It's something that you need to learn as a young pitcher. You've got to have that willingness to work inside, or guys at this level will just lean out over the plate and eat you up.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Here's the 1-2. And he struck him out. So he's now through 8 full innings and will take his no-hit bid into the 9th. KC down in order. It remains 1-0. Chris Carter will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
Now the first pitch. Now here's a swing and a ball hit well out there toward right center. And he reaches up to track this one down for the first out, and he had to go a long way to get to that ball.
And the fact that they're playing no doubles defense might have helped him out right here. This is a much tougher play if he's at his regular depth, but he ranges back to put this one away.
Matt Dominguez will step in. Singleton came around to score his last time. Now the first pitch. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
And the pitch. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
You can tell he's still frustrated after that first called strike. That's still on his mind.
Now the pitch. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No, a little too much hook on it there. It's a foul ball. Another 0-2 home. And he looks at a ball, 1-2.
And now, as a hitter, 1-2, you got to be thinking right center field. He'll take a little swing out and try to drive something the other way.
1 out, nobody on. Now here's the pitch. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
You know, it seems like every time we check these out in show motion, it always looks like the bat breaks the plane. Look here, sure enough, I don't think he holds up in time. It looked to me like that was the right call.
Jason Castro, the catcher, is in as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. Now the pitch. Out in front, but this is skied into straightaway right. Aoki is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing here this half. 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. It's the Astros 1 and the Royals nothing. Pedro Siriaco will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Pedro Siriaco.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Put yourself in the shoes of that man right there. What's going through his mind right now?
Well, I would guess he's trying to approach his 9th inning the same way he has earlier, but come on, we know his heart's racing. You just got to focus on the glove and trust what your catcher's calling, because he's done a heck of a job also.
Fastball called for strike 2. Boy, no messing around here in this 9th inning.
And that's a closer's mentality. They're not usually the best at setting guys up. They're going to come right at you with their best pitch, and that's usually a fastball.
And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2.
Could be that high fastball there was just a setup pitch. Now you've kind of established that high sight level. Could be a good time to break off a nasty curveball.
And he struck him out for out number 1. So now just 2 outs away from the no-no. Well, in case you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot of these so far. 11 for him in the contest all told, as he just continues to mow down the opposing lineup here late into the ball game. Here's Nori Aoki, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. Bases are empty, 1 man out. The 0-1. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Still sticking with the fastball, but this time he lays off. It's 1-2.
And now on 1-2, this might be a spot where that high fastball was just a setup so that he can come back with that big curve.
Now the 1-2 pitch. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2. Now another 1-2. Swinging a hard hit ball towards the hole. And that's through for a base hit. And the no-hitter is gone. So there'll be no visit to the record books here in this one, as after 8 1/3 no-hit innings, they finally get to him for their first hit of the ballgame. Rats. Here's Astros manager Bo Porter now on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Eddie Farmer is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Number 27, Eddie Farmer.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Alcides Escobar will step in with the tying run on first, so he's got to concentrate and work on getting on base here. Now here's the first pitch. And a fastball just misses for ball one. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your time to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
The next pitch. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Billy Butler waits on deck. The 3-1 is on the way. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
Oh, that's a good fastball right there, and you had to figure that he was looking for that sinker.
Runners on first with 1 down. Full count pitch on its way. Now a swing and a sharp ground ball toward the hole. And a reach with the backhand, but he comes up empty as that gets by him. Oh, and he's not going to make it to third as he's gunned down by the right fielder, and that's a tough second out.
Well, he's trying to go from first to third here on the base hit. But when you're the tying run, you've got to be absolutely sure you can make it. This becomes a costly out at this stage of the game.
Here's the DH, Billy Butler. As he overcommits here to a slider out of the zone, 1 strike to count.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Go, Billy.
Comes set, now the pitch. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Two out with the man at first. Comes set, now the pitch. Down low again, it's 2-1. Ready on 2-1. Taken, called, strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight.
And after that call, you know he's got to be turning around to say something like, hey, you know what? This guy doesn't need any help.
Two pitch on the way. Swing and a hard hit ball towards the hole. And a reach with the backhand, but he comes up empty as that gets by him. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Boy, are we set up now for an exciting finish to this one? With their lives on the line here, he comes up with a clutch 2-out single. And that's going to put the tying run in scoring position at second. And don't forget now, it also puts the possible winning run on at first base.
First baseman Eric Hosmer is in as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
From the belt, kicks and deals. And this will be a called strike 2. And trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
You know a guy throws hard when his changeup's at 89.
2 big outs here, but the tying and winning runs are both out there. He's ready, now the pitch. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And the run will score from second as this ball game is tied 1 apiece.
Well, you started to get a sense that this was coming. They have come roaring all the way back in this game to tie it up in the bottom of the ninth. Unbelievable.
Chad Qualls will come on needing to get the final out here to send this one into extra innings. Salvador Perez will stand in now, hitless to this point, but with a chance to be a hero here.
Well, he knows better than anybody in that lineup that one swing could make up for a whole game's worth of struggles.
Here's the first pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on him, especially when he needs that ground ball. But even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. The 0-1. Grounded fouled off to the right side. Now the 0-2 pitch. Now check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. Pedro Siriaco is going to go ahead and stay in the ballgame and play third now.
Now playing third base, number 37.
Jarrett Dyson will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Number 1, Jarrett Dyson.
J.D. Martinez will dig in to lead things off here in what's been a very evenly played game so far.
I'll say tie game, tie series. Hard to get much more evenly matched than what we've seen so far.
First pitch on the way. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
And now you're in the 10th inning. I don't think anybody in that visiting dugout expected that we'd still be playing, but you've got to put that bottom of the ninth behind you and get on with it. You can still win this ball game.
And now a pitch on the way. That's taken for a ball, and it's 1-1 now to the Astros right fielder. 1-1. And here's a slider for a called strike, and he's behind 1-2 now. One, two. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Well, you don't always need to have amazing movement to make a slider successful. This is a case in point. We've seen sliders with 10, 11, 12 inches of break. This one only moves about 8, but that's more than enough to get the job done.
Into the box now, Jonathan Villar, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
And you know what, guys? I have been really impressed so far. Not only has he used his fastball well, but he's also spotted it well. I mean, that is perfect location right on the knees.
Here's the pitch. Fouled back. One out, nobody on. Pitch on the way. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
2 quick outs here to start things off. Can't ask for much more than this in extra innings. Hold, serve, then give your guys a shot to win in the bottom half.
Jose Altuve will stand in here hoping to at least put a ball in play here this inning. Now here's the first pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. Now here's the pitch. Grounded, foul.
Out.
Now here it comes. Here's a swing and a ground ball, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ready with another 0-2. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, with the bases empty, that's the right spot for that 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider.
Now here's the pitch. And he strikes him out here for out number 3, so after a scoreless top half, they'll have a chance to win it here in the bottom half. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Back with more from Game 3 after this. Alex Gordon will lead it off now in the home half of inning number 10.
Left fielder, Alex Gordon.
Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch is a sinker, too low, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. That's wide, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3 as he misses low with it here.
Now that he's worked it to 3-0, he's got a couple of free pitches here to pick out one he really likes.
Here it is, the 3-0. Grounded foul off to the right. Here he comes on 3-1. Hit high but foul as that'll get in amongst the fans. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And this one's hit on the ground but foul. Full count pitch on its way. And that misses here, ball 4. And of all things, it's a leadoff walk that puts the winning run on base to start the bottom half.
Well, and here in extra inning, you just need one little spark. Something that can get you going. You know, we've seen a leadoff walk to be the difference in a ball game more times than once. So they need to take advantage of this.
Omar Infante will try again. 0 for 3 thus far. Here's the first offering. Tries to get the bunt down here, but this is foul, and we'll see if he tries it again. Here it comes now to Infante. And he'll try and get that winning run into scoring position as he puts this one down. Throw's going to go on to first, so a perfect sacrifice there as now the go-ahead run moves into scoring position here.
Well, winning baseball games sometimes comes down to doing the little things. Perfect execution there, and now the winning run moves into scoring position with only 1 out.
Lorenzo Cain will dig in, needing to find a way to get that go-ahead run in from second base. First pitch coming. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. The 1-0 comes back with a bullet of a fastball. That's in there, 1-1.
And in this spot, you got to pitch for the strikeout here. And this is a guy that's gone down twice so far. So do have that in your favor.
The 1-1 home. Had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Possible game winners at second base here with one away. Here comes a 1-2. Now a swing and a ball pulled down the line to third. And this will get by Dominguez down the line. It's a fair ball. And they will lead the series 2-1 as they walk off winners.
Boy, we're talking high drama here in the playoffs. A walk-off win here in the final at-bat, and this place is going crazy right now.
If you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and prove your mettle. I think his performance here was by far the big key to this ball game.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Eric Harros, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. The Royals come out on top 2-1. Good night from Kansas City.
Our final line score tonight. First, for the victorious Kansas City Royals, 2 runs on 5 hits. 1 error. They left 4 men on base. For the Astros, 1 run on 6 hits. No errors. They left 8 men on base. The winning pitcher is Aaron Crow. The loss goes to Chad Falls. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 38 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Kauffman Stadium, 40,793. The Royals thank you for attending and remind you to buckle up and drive home safely.